Hello everyone, my name is Griffin and we are back with another reaction video. We are reacting to another one of Brett Cooper's videos. This one is called Lululemon's Founder Triggers Large Women. So the person who created these leggings or whatever Lululemon is, I just know about the leggings, are triggering fat ladies. So let's see what's happening, shall we?
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. As you might notice behind me, I am not in my old set. It's a new year. It's 2024. I'm back in Nashville after spending 5 very long months in Budapest filming Pendragon, and I came back to a completely new, renovated set. It's amazing. I hope you guys like it. We'll do a tour, at least on TikTok. I could do a little tour because there's some fun Easter eggs in here. It's very, very cool. My team did an excellent job while I was gone. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. But enough about that. We have a fun story to dive into today. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that in business, pandering progressive ideologies often backfires. I mean, take the Bud Light example, Peloton recently, Disney, everything that Bob Iger has been saying over the past couple of weeks. And after the past few years of failed campaigns and customer boycotts and realizing that DEI does more harm than good, a lot of companies are scaling back this BS, which is incredibly good because at the end of the day, business is business and you need to make money and protect your company. And one businessman is very obviously worried about the direction that his company has been going in, and we're going to talk about that today. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section episode. All right, so Lululemon. We're talking about Lululemon today. The company was founded by a man named Chip Wilson, and over the last week, he has made some statements that have seriously ruffled some feathers. But shocker, it's all common sense and nobody should be upset whatsoever. He's not wrong at all. So last week, he said that athletic brands like Lululemon shouldn't be for everyone, and that they should be targeting and advertising for one specific type of customer.
And yeah, hang on.
Athletic ones.
Yeah, the guy said it's an athletic brand. It should be targeted towards athletic people. And there are no, as far as I'm aware, there are no fat people that are athletes. I mean, legitimately fat people that are athletes. I'm not talking about wrestling because there are some fat people in there, but they're actually quite athletic. But it's just not everything needs to be pandering to everybody. Not everything is for everybody, and some people don't seem to like that. Just because it's something you like and there's nothing for you in that thing doesn't mean it has to pander to you just so you can have it.
Rather than pushing plus-size inclusivity for a brand that is centered around fitness. Cue the crying, tearing, screaming on TikTok. All the plus-size body positivity warriors are freaking the F out.
I'm gonna lose my freaking mind!
And while this may have horrified people, he's exactly right. And this is not a new belief of his. This is exactly the same opinion that he expressed over a decade ago that got him pushed out of his own company. But we'll get to that later. So here's one of the viral tweets that I saw about him last week. This is from Pop Crave. Lululemon founder Chip Wilson slams the company's diversity and inclusion efforts. Quote, I think the definition of a brand is that you're not everything to everybody. You've got to be clear that you don't want certain customers coming in. And I mean, it's harsh. That last line is harsh, but he's not wrong.
Yeah, it's not a very nice truth, but it is a truth. Not everything is for everyone. And like I said before, not everybody likes that. You can't have everything you want. You can't have your cake and eat it too, as the saying goes. It defeats the point of a lot of things if it has to pander to everybody, if it has to be for everybody. Not everything is going to be for everybody, and that's fine. And I don't understand why there's some people who have such a problem with it.
You can't be everything to everyone. That dilutes the purpose of having a specific brand and making the products in the first place. Like, have you ever heard of a target audience or a key demographic? That is not some newfangled term. That has been standard since the beginning of business and marketing and all of that. Business. Or at least it should be standard. It should still be standard. Somebody commented and said, love this. Lululemon is an athletic clothing company. It is not made for people contributing to the obesity crisis. Somebody else said, hear me out though. Athletic clothes are made for athletic people. Shocking. The athleisure wearers don't want to hear that. But obviously, in our current era, this is controversial, and everyone in legacy media started covering this. Here's some headlines. Lululemon founders' remarks have some DEI experts calling for boycotts to combat the regressive values.
see, a lot of these, I think a lot of these companies and a lot of these news outlets, supposed reporters or whatever, need to shut the fuck up about this, because they don't real a lot of these people don't know what they're talking about anymore. They themselves have regressed. They don't do true what reporting or whatever you want to call it. It's fucking stupid.
Today's show, the Lululemon controversy over certain customers' comment explained. New York Post wrote, Lululemon founder Chip Wilson rips company's diversity inclusion efforts, don't want certain customers coming in. Again, the line is harsh, but I respect it. And of course, that headline is missing some context. And contrary to the mob's belief, he is actually extremely clear and reasonable in why the brand of Lululemon should not attempt to diversify their target market. He slammed the whole diversity and inclusion thing, as well as its use of unhealthy and sickly people in ads, some of which now feature models whom he considers not inspirational. Reminds me of Jordan Peterson just tweeting, not hot.
Yeah, see, as mean as this is going to sound, bigger people like that should not really be glorified, because it's not healthy.
It's like this is the same energy. But this shouldn't even be considered bigoted or anything of the sort. Lululemon is a fitness brand. We might have forgotten that, considering that we just have 10-year-olds running around in their scuba jackets going to school in them. But they originated by creating good athletic wear for working out, for fitness-oriented women. Like, why would it be shocking that the founder wants them to actually market the product that he created towards people who are healthy and take care of their bodies and represent the true intentions of the brand?
Think about that. That's just dumb.
And he brought up the ads. What ads could he be referring to? Maybe ones like these. Just sitting on a rock, wearing leggings. That seems healthy and fitnessy.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
I don't even need to say anything else. It's an athletic brand. This is clearly not athletic. Anyway, I digress. He went on to say that by his standards, the Vancouver, Canada-based brand should just be the opposite. Quote, I think the definition of a brand is that you're not going to be everything to everybody. You've got to be clear that you don't want certain customers coming in. That's the line we've heard over and over again. It is a smart business model that has been used since the dawn of time. And this is exactly the type of marketing decision that helped him grow this insanely successful company, by understanding what is important in a brand and sticking to what you believe in and what the product represents.
It's, over the past decade, maybe longer, people have, these companies and these corporations have started to pander to these minority groups. The fat ass people, these Karens, and all these other dumbass idiots who don't think logically. They pander to these people, and they end up ruining their brands. They start, shit hits the fan real quick for them. You can't stay to how you originally were. Like this thing says, you can't be everything to everybody. If you have made your brand to be towards a target audience, keep it towards that target audience, and it'll be fine. Just because these clothes are only meant for athletic people doesn't mean you should all of a sudden pander to the fat ass people because they want to be included. No, it was made as an athletic brand for athletic people. You fat fucks are not athletic. If you want to wear the shit, lose weight, become athletic. It's not a hard concept to understand.
Again, it should not be crazy. That is just business. He created an athletic clothing company, and thus he wants athletic, aspirational, fit, motivated individuals modeling this fitness brand. And obviously he wants aspirational, motivated, and healthy people wearing the brand out in the world and utilizing the products as they are supposed to be utilized. And, like I said at the beginning, this is nothing new for Chip Wilson, because these are the same types of statements and the beliefs that got him pushed out of his own company back in 2013. 10 years ago, there were complaints about the leggings from Lululemon becoming see-through and fabric peeling off the inside. The squat test. If you're a girl at the gym, if you squat, if you can see your underwear, that's the see-through thing we're talking about. But Chip Wilson explained exactly what he believed was causing this. Here's a headline from back then. Lululemon founder steps down from the embattled sporting apparel company. And then they talk about the whole thing. But he said that his customers' bodies were responsible for the problems in a television interview. Quote, quite frankly, some women's bodies just actually don't work for it. It's really about the rubbing through the thighs, how much pressure is there. It's funny and it's harsh, but it's not wrong. We've all worn leggings. Mine have some pills on the thighs, like we all know. That's not shocking. That is just what happened.
Yeah, it's people don't understand, especially on the inner thighs. When it comes to thin fabric, like, leggings or even underwear for guys, because of how much your thighs rub together, whether you're a fit person or a big person, over time, it's going to wear out the fabric and there are going to be holes that inevitably come about. It's just how it works. It's called friction. It's just how friction is. It happens. Get new shit.
But what's even funnier about this is that this was not even some written response that he had crafted and posted online. No, he proudly went on television in an interview to address these concerns and to say all of this.
Frankly, some women's bodies just actually don't work for it.
They don't work for the pants?
No, they don't.
So more likely that they'll be see-through in some women's bodies
No,
than others?
I don't think so. Really about the rubbing through the thighs.
Like, that was so mild-mannered. He was not going on television and pointing at women and saying, you're too fat for me, you're ugly, I hate you. It wasn't anything like that. He was just matter-of-factly saying, it really wasn't designed for you, and if you are rubbing your thighs on the product all day long, yeah, it's going to pill. It probably will look different than it.
Yeah, see, everybody's body is different. Not everybody's body is gonna, look good or work well for some clothes as it will for others. You not everything is going to work for your body. Whether you're skinny, fit, a little chubby, or overweight, you have to find clothes that work with you and the current state your body is in. A lot of these stretchy pants or yoga pants or whatever you want to call them, they don't work for everybody, and some people, they stretch it out so much that they end up becoming see-through because they are too big for said pants. They stretch it out too much and they become see-through because it just doesn't work for you. Find something that works for you. It's not a bad thing.
It did when you brought it home in that famous Lululemon bag. Somebody commented and said he wasn't even being rude. I think he said it in the most respectful way possible. Somebody else said, if you wear a size too small in a stretchy fabric, it will stretch a lot. Sorry, people, common sense. Also, that's an important factor because everybody buys leggings in 2 sizes down because they want to be snatched. They want to not be able to breathe. Shockingly, yes, it does stretch, and then we can see through. Buy your own size, and it's a lot more comfortable, I'm telling you. And that's okay. Not every product and company needs to be marketed for every single individual, but you know what? Policy Genius is. That is for everybody because you know what, guys? We're all going to die at some point. So start the new year off knowing that you found the right life insurance to protect your family with Policy Genius. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare what you could save. Again, that's policygenius.com/Cooper. It's easy to do. Just get it over with and then get back to working out while wearing your Lululemon so that you can avoid having to use your life insurance policy for a while. Because we need to stay healthy. Anyway, somebody else said, I feel sorry for Chip Wilson, another victim of the fat acceptance movement. Somebody else said, what he said is just logical. Give it to sensationalist media to take this out of hand. Literally. And that's exactly what they did. He got pushed out of the company. He's been doing his own thing ever since. But obviously, he's still concerned about the way that his company is going. Also, I think that Chip Wilson is just our type of guy because in that same article, they mentioned some other traits about him, some other controversies, and they're just chef's kiss. Like the top of this paragraph, Wilson has been criticized for comments he made about birth control pills and for his appreciation of the controversial philosopher Ayn Rand. Like, that's so great. Do you think that Ayn Rand, the queen of capitalism and the importance of self-interest and reason, would be worried about people getting their feelings hurt when they bought leggings that were too small and faced the consequences? No, she would not care. She would not give a flying F. She would tell you to please leave and try to produce something or do something that is actually valuable for society and productive. Anyway, I digress. I love that he is a fan of Ayn Rand. Now, after those comments got him in trouble back in the 2010s, he apologized, but it really wasn't accepted by the masses because he never actually apologized to his customers. They were very upset about that. Many of them were very...
Honestly, I don't think he had anything to apologize for. He didn't say anything that was a lie, anything that was wrong. People may not have liked what he said, but it was the truth. I'd say probably about 80 to 90% of the time, the truth is not a nice thing to hear, but it is something people need to hear. Whether you like it or not, the truth sucks. For most of the time, it sucks. It's not something anybody wants to know or be told, but some people need to be told the truth. And the truth of the matter is, Lululemon is not for everybody. It's not for fat fucks. It is a fitness brand.
Very pissed. I did find this clip from Good Morning America talking about his apology 10 years ago, and I thought it was so funny to watch because it is so different than how this would have been covered today.
This is not the first time that Chip Wilson has taken aim at full-figured women. In 2005, he said...
Full-figured? You mean fat women?
If he was going to make plus sizes, he'd have to use 30% more fabric and therefore have to charge 30% more. And he wasn't going to do that because people are sensitive.
Oh, that's so sensitive.
He so needs to get a clue, doesn't he?
I love him. It's common sense. It literally is. You have to spend more on the fabric. He's not saying, oh, I don't want to do it because I hate you. He's literally...
Yeah, I mean, I've seen TikToks of fat women going to stores and seeing that the larger the size goes, the more it costs, and they can't seem to understand the logic behind it. Well, the logic behind it is the more material you use in a product, the more it's going to cost. Like let's take a chair, for instance. If you take like a regular metal chair, and let's say it costs $10. Okay, well, you use just that much material. Make it bigger, it's going to cost twice as much because it's used more material. Same thing with a clothing. A small is going, let's say a small is $5, $6, $7 for a shirt. A medium will probably be $7, $8, or $9. Large and, you know, $9, $10, or $11, and so on and so forth. The bigger the size you go, the more it's going to cost because the more material was put into that item that was made. These people on TikTok and Facebook and Twitter and whatnot don't seem to understand that concept. I mean, it's common sense. I don't understand how that's so difficult to understand.
He's saying, no, it's, number one, it's an athletic brand, but he's not excluding you. He's just saying it's going to cost more. It's not easy for the company to do.
People are speaking out. We went on Twitter and asked everybody, what do you think about this, about the apology and that? And Kristen said, along the lines of what you're saying, Lindsay, it sure seems that they're having to apologize a lot. I'll spend my hard-earned money elsewhere.
It's funny, boycotts 10 years ago.
Puddle says, sure, why not? It's true. Spandex is not for everyone. He was telling the truth. The truth is hard to take. Grow a backbone, America.
Could you imagine Good Morning America even highlighting the other side in 2024? No. He would be canceled. He would be ripped to shreds.
Yeah, it's funny how many people are so offended that something can't be for them when they're not the target audience. It's like if they're not included into that target audience, they get so offended and so upset, and their feelings are hurt because they're a fucking snowflake. And you can't understand it. There's a target audience for this market. And just because you're not included doesn't mean that they don't care. It's just that they made it for that target audience. That's just how it is.
They would bring some larger, full-figured bodied TikToker on the show to be interviewed and cry and break down or whatever. No, like they would never even show that. At least they're able to laugh about it. Like 10 years ago, we could laugh about this as a society. You could like Chip, you could dislike Chip, but at least you could laugh about it because this is an objectively funny comment. And objectively, what he said about the leggings costing more to make is true. Whether you hate it or love it, that is true. And seriously, what was wrong with what he said? He, as the founder of the company and the person who understands his clothes better than anybody, explained some functional flaws people were running into, explained how they happened, was not pointing fingers. All of it was just so common sense and matter of fact. But did people listen to him or try to understand? No, of course not. They took it personally, and they made it his problem rather than their own, just like they always do. They expect society and these companies to bend to their every whim and their unhealthy life choices so that they can feel powerful, while simultaneously still claiming that they are oppressed and some kind of victim. It's the most ridiculous and twisted pattern, and we fall for it every time.
When, oh, when will I ever learn?
Chip Wilson did nothing wrong here, didn't do anything wrong 10 years ago, he did not do anything wrong last week. He simply does not care about you or offending you and has common sense and is simply trying to explain his products and why he made them. And if his words made you upset then, if they're making you upset now, check yourself, because it's really not that big of a deal. Victim mentality is exhausting and it will not help you succeed in creating any type of multi-million-dollar company.
I really hope that this victimhood mentality thing will, within a generation or two, will just go away. Because it gets people nowhere. It's annoying to deal with. And nobody really likes you when you're constantly using the victim card. You're just a detriment to society at that point. But anyways, that was Brett Cooper's Lululemon's founder triggers large women. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please comment down below letting me know what you think about it. If there are any other videos that you'd like to see me react to, please make sure to comment them down below or over on my Discord page. I do have a channel over on Twitch that I stream to Fridays through Sundays, anywhere between 2 and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please go give me a follow over there. I would love to see you all there. Links to everything will be in the description below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.